What is the limiting reagent when 2.2 moles of SO2 react with 1.6 moles of O2 according to the balanced chemical equation given below? If you want to determine the limiting reagent or limiting reactant, what you need to do is to solve or compute for the amount of product formed by each reactant. So in the problem, we are given two reactants, 2.2 moles of SO2 and 1.6 moles of O2. So let's divide the board into two. We have 2.2 moles of SO2 and we have 1.6 moles of O2. Again, what you need to do is to compute for the amount of product formed by each reactant. So you will compute how much of the product SO3 is formed from SO2 and how much of the product SO3 is formed from O2. So let's start first with SO2. So 2.2 moles of SO2. According to the balanced chemical reaction, 2 moles of SO2 forms 2 moles of SO3. So you write that in your conversion. 2 moles of SO2 forms 2 moles of SO3. So moles of SO2 will cancel. Now we have moles of SO3. And this is equal to 2.2 moles of SO3. Then let's move on to the right side. We have 1.6 moles of O2. If you check the reaction, 1 mole of O2 forms 2 moles of SO3. So 1 mole of O2 forms 2 moles of SO3. Moles of O2 will cancel, and your moles of SO3 is equal to 3.2 moles. So SO2 forms 2.2 moles of SO3 and O2 forms 3.2 moles of SO3. Which of the two is the limiting reagent? The limiting reagent or reactant is the reactant that forms the smaller amount of product. Again, the limiting reactant is the reactant that forms the smaller amount of product. So between 2.2 and 3.2, obviously the smaller amount of product is 2.2 moles. Therefore, the limiting reactant is SO2.